Hello, my name is Jack Lund, and I will be presenting the Green Benefit District Urban Stormwater Plan. First off, to give you a little site context, we are in the Bay Area of California, so you can see San Francisco, Oakland, and the surrounding areas. Zooming in on San Francisco, you can see Dogpatch highlighted in the orange box. Here we have the first of two site analysis maps that I will present to you. The first shows the blue arrow showing the prevailing wind. That's the direction that the wind will be coming from throughout most of the year. The red dashed line is the shoreline that is currently in trouble of being flooded from the sea level rise. And then you see many different animals around the area, taking into consideration the ecology of the site. And then the smaller orange circle showing the Dogpatch area. On the bottom of the map, you can see the sundial. It shows you the pattern throughout the year, the average monthly precipitation, the average temperature range, and then another map showing the prevailing wind. On this site analysis plan, we show more of the urban water. So the existing conditions, there's sea level rise, coastal inland flooding, hardscapes that are contributing to inland flooding, and then combined sewer overflows. So the sewer system being undersized, water's backing up in these areas and creating this inland flooding. And to combat with those, the Polder Park, which would be located in the Bay Area to collect all of the stormwater, to treat it, and then pump it back out into the Bay. Using cisterns at residents and also community buildings. Along those lines, cisterns could be used to collect water. It could be reused for toilets. It could be reused to water plants. It could also be put back into the system once the rain stops and once the storm water systems could take that water. Also, we have swales. So swales would be located in the middle of streets, and they would collect the water off of roofs, sidewalks, and roadways. This water would be funneled into the center, and it would be funneled out into the bay or into water collection facilities where the water could be treated or reused. And finally, streetscapes. So streetscapes could have many different potentials. We could collect water. We could use that water to water plants, keep it in those areas. This would help the storms slow down and not affect the combined sewer system as much. Next up, we have the urban stormwater plan. So this is where those different water squares and cisterns, stuff along those lines would be used. So the first one would be the residential cisterns. The cisterns would be located anywhere there is a gray building in the plan that excludes the water. So these would collect the water, store it. It could be reused for plants, for uses inside of the house. The idea is that we're puzzle piecing together this stormwater management plan so that every drip of water is accounted for, and it ultimately reduces the amount of inland flooding. The next up would be the streetscapes and retention. So this allows for us to create an aesthetically pleasing streetscape, including a lot of plants along the roads, different pieces of art to put on buildings to collect the water. This would also help the stormwater's severity during storm events to allow the water to slow down and also clean itself. The third one would be the surface swale. These are located in the light blue areas. Surface swales would collect the water and bring it to a collection facility, and then ultimately to be cleaned and pumped back out into the bay. Water squares could be placed in public park areas. These would be multi-purpose areas where water could be collected, but when water is not being collected there, it could act as a basketball court or a different kind of sports court or something along those lines. Next up, we have waterfront parks, looking at different areas where we can restore these parks for people to be connected to the water. They can go down and experience the water for themselves, creating areas and green areas for people to enjoy. And then with the white, the super levee being in place, creating this shoreline buffer, so restoring the natural habitat of the shoreline, bringing in those mud flats and native plants and animals to restore the shoreline. So that's the overall master plan of the Green Benefit District. Thank you.